Our Yorkshire Farm's Amanda Owen and husband Clive rent Ravenseat Farm, but own the furs. In an excerpt from Amanda's 2019 book, Adventures of the Yorkshire Shepherdess, she spoke about the first time she laid eyes on the furs and how the price tag thwarted her initial dreams of buying the farmhouse. Ravenseat is a working sheep farm located in the North Yorkshire Dales and stretches across 2,000 acres of rugged terrain. The Firs is a 17th-century, hideaway holiday house, available to rent and is described as a fabulously private rural retreat on the official Yorkshire Shepherdess website. Amanda spoke about the property in one of her books and how her initial hopes to live there were thwarted. She said, "The situation of the Firs is magnificent, with shelter from the weather and prying eyes, and it's nestled in tightly between the rising bronzed moors and a copse of ash trees. Immediately surrounded by its own fields and not bothered by any neighbors, it looked like paradise. Unfortunately, its price reflected this desirability. Over £500,000, she remarked. The Yorkshire Dales was a popular place for second homes and, with only a limited number of houses and a seemingly infinite number of potential buyers with a lot of money, it seems that once again my dream would be thwarted. It was an outrageous price for a farmhouse that would once have been classed as a lowly swelling, a place where peasant farmers would eke out a living from the poorest of land. I vowed not to look again. But it seems Amanda and Clive did purchase the Firs, according to an article published by the homepage. Co.uk. The couple bought the nearby 17th-century farmhouse and spoke about taking it over from the previous owners. Amanda told the website, "You feel very temporary, like we're just part of the bigger story before it's passed on to someone else." Each of the buildings on the farm are named after people who are long gone, but whose memory lives on, and it's important to keep the heritage of the place going. Amanda and Clive took over the Firs from a couple called Susan and Graham. She spoke about there being no ceremonial handover of ownership, but instead described it as being a gradual process, where the farmers moved their belongings out. At the time, the Our Yorkshire Farm star, who had been living in Little Cottage at Crosby Ravensworth, was packing her own belongings to move into Ravenseat with Clive. "The whole upping sticks and closing the door for the last time still hurt," Amanda explained. Once Susan and Graham had left, Clive and Amanda wandered from room to room in silence, taking in the extremely daunting task of renovating the house. Trending, "We couldn't let the house sit empty for too long," Amanda wrote. "I needed to recoup some of the money that I had invested in order to pay back the bank. The house needed to earn its keep." Amanda and her husband Clive set about restoring elements of the house, while demolition was called for parts of it. Clive and I excelled in the slash and burn technique, but as the job stacked up, they needed exert help with electrics, joinery and plumbing. All their hard work has paid off because fans, ramblers or those seeking an escape can rent the Firs.